Hey guys, I'm Greg coming at you from Beijing, and today we're going to discuss the Common Application College Essay. The admissions essay is possibly the most difficult and most stressful part of the college admissions process, and for good reason. Your standardized test scores and GPA give you a direct way to compare yourself to other applicants. It's simple. If your score is higher than the school's average, then you're probably good to go. Even when it comes to extracurriculars, you know how much you're doing outside of school, and you can compare it to other students on a relatively objective scale. But the college essay? There seems to be no objective way to grade that. The Common App throws a few super general prompts at you, gives you no guidance except for a maximum word count, and then expects you to write some tear-jerking, award-winning piece about your sad, uneventful life. Today, I'm going to teach you how to write an essay that will make every college admissions officer who reads it fight to have you accepted. It's time to separate the good essay from the great essay, because if you're applying to really great schools, good just isn't good enough. Now, I want to let you in on a little secret. It's a rule that basically every successful college admissions essay follows. It seems really simple, but it's so easy to lose sight of for a number of reasons. The goal of the Common App essay isn't to show how creative you are or how different you are from every other high school kid. The application essay is part of the college admissions process because the college wants to get a chance to know about you, your values, your stories, and your experiences. It might seem pretty simple, but in reality, 90% of these Common App essays are about some inspirational family member or some generic setback that everybody faces. I hate to say it, but 99% of these essays get thrown out 30 seconds after the admissions officer starts reading them because they're so cliche and admissions officers have way too many essays to get through to read through that crap. I know what you're probably thinking. My story isn't special. I'm just a regular high school kid. If the admissions officer doesn't pity me because of my torn ACL or admire my uncle who was a Vietnam vet, my essay will turn out boring because there's a million kids that do mock trial and even more that do volunteer work. Well, yes, you're right. A lot of people do mock trial and volunteer work. But not everyone will be able to say that they started doing these things after discovering their passion for helping others, which was sparked when a complete stranger helped you carry your bags through the airport that one time you traveled alone. Now that's an example of turning two pretty cliche ideas into something that's cohesive, has meaning, and is just a powerful essay. Let me explain. Based on my experience, a fantastic college essay spends 150 words describing some significant experience, person, object, thing, conversation, dog. It could be really anything, but it has to be very specific. Now, how do you choose this thing to describe? Well, think back on your life and think of some event or person or object that has been really meaningful to you and allowed you to maybe start thinking in a different way, or allowed you to join a few new clubs, or really got you interested in what you want to study now. By the way, the simpler this event or object, the better. Admissions officers have lots of essays to get through, so you want to make sure that anyone who's reading this for the first time will be able to get it like that. It doesn't matter if this story or event is pretty common and happens to a lot of people. All that matters is that you're able to tie this event to the things that you do, the person that you are today. When you do this, you show the admissions officer several things. First, by starting with a specific story, you're giving the admissions officer a slice of your life. They definitely prefer very specific stories to broad overviews. Next, you want to describe how this event or story started to change your perspective and maybe allowed you to start doing some new things. You want to make sure to show the admissions officer your thought process. I would personally say the best way to do this is find something that relates to the things that you really love in school, your passions. That way, colleges will be able to see that you're really a diligent student who does extracurricular activities for a reason, not just to impress colleges. If you want more information on how to group your extracurricular activities into more broad passions, I recommend that you check out my How to Get Into an Ivy League video. I'll link it right here. Now, this is just one type of essay you can write to impress colleges. Some people I've talked to at Princeton didn't follow this roadmap at all, but whatever essay you choose to write or you're writing about now, the most important thing to remember is that it's all about you. Do not just describe some really important person in your life because their achievements are impressive or because they had a really sad story. If by the end of reading your essay, the admissions officer doesn't feel like they really got to know you, then don't expect them to be that excited about your application. Another important point I have to bring up is writing style. Please, when you're writing your essay, don't have thesaurus.com opened up on another tab, replacing every important with a ponderous and every happy with an exultant. A lot of people think that putting fancy words into their essay just for the sake of being fancy will impress colleges. But this logic is flawed for two reasons. First, college admissions officers see right through this. Their vocabulary is probably a lot larger than yours, and they know when words don't really quite fit right. Second, as I've mentioned before, the college admissions essay is not a test of your writing ability. Colleges can look at your English grades and your SAT writing score for that. It is, however, super important that you are clear and coherent throughout your essay, so that after skimming your essay one time, someone can already get the gist of what you're saying. Because in reality, that's what admissions officers are doing. They spend probably 2 to 3 minutes on each essay. Too many college essays struggle with structure, finding captivating hooks, and end up having lack of direction. How do we fix these issues? Well, that's where our sponsor, Crimson Education, comes in. If you're looking to get in touch with someone who knows what they're talking about and is really excited to help you with your college admissions essay, Crimson has you covered. In addition to essay help, Crimson offers top-of-the-line college admissions consulting and will put together a whole team of ex-admissions officers and admissions experts to help you out with your application. 87% of Crimson students end up at one of their top 3 choice colleges. Now, that is a statistic I have not found anywhere else. While Crimson offers a range of services for college applicants, I'm going to focus on how they help students with essays because that's what today's video is about. For the essay process, they pair you with an expert that will help you find out the best sort of narrative for your personal statement. And for each school-specific essay, they give you critical feedback. And after several rounds of this feedback, they'll take your essay to the Crimson Round Table. This is an exact simulation of an Ivy League admissions table, complete with ex-Ivy League admissions officers and essay experts. At the round table, the team will grade your essay in rounds, mark it up, grade it, give it back to you, and you'll keep on doing this process until your essay has no flaws whatsoever. Use the link in the description to get a free consultation from an Ivy League admissions expert, in which they will assess your profile, discuss your relative chances at your dream colleges, and provide you with feedback for how Crimson can help you get in. It's super easy, free, and helpful. I really recommend you check it out. Plus, if you do so, you will be supporting my channel, which I do greatly appreciate. You can also go to your school's guidance counselors, your parents, or people that you really trust for help. The internet may seem like a great place to get some help, but heed this advice. Never post your essay online or send it to some stranger who says that they're going to give you some suggestions. If you do this, you're running the risk of having other people copy your essay. Now, that is a great way of decreasing your chances of getting into your dream school. Even though the Common App essay is really stressful, if you follow the guidelines that I laid out today, it can't hurt you. Also, remember to start writing early, because if you wait until you're applying to all these colleges, your time will start to disappear. If you want me to post more videos, please give this video a like and a subscribe. You guys don't know how much it encourages me when a video gets a ton of views, a ton of likes, a ton of subscribes. It makes me feel really good, and it makes me more willing to put out more free information like this for you guys. Alright, enjoy the rest of your summer.